Welcome, man, to another episode of Pels in the Blender. It's your boy A. Davis coming to y'all live on this Wednesday evening, getting ready for another Pels Summer League game. You know, Pels 2-1, lost their first one, rebounded, won the last two. Team been playing with some confidence coming off the last win they led. Pretty much wire to wire, had some adversity, showed some fight, you know what I mean? Held on, got that win, and then they got another challenge coming in tonight. Well, this evening against Cleveland, man, Malik Thomas, Cleveland been lighting it up. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do against them. So I'm chilling for right now, kind of gonna get set up, give it a little second, let everybody get an opportunity to get in the chat. Whoa, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, dog. Just the Black Star, what's good? Man, the stream the other night with Chaz, that bit was wild towards the end of the stream. That was probably maybe one of the funnest streams I think we done done. We had so much good conversation in that one, bro, between the WNBA. So shout out to everybody that tapped into that episode. Again, oh boy, people is getting dunked on right now. Jesus, Orlando and Philly playing right now. People is getting dunked on. Crazy. Yeah, no, I know, bro. It was getting whoa, was good. Jeremy was good. Lonnie was good. No, it was man. Again, WNBA, WWE talk. You know, some of your favorite actresses. It was it was getting a little out of hand. We're gonna try and keep it. We're gonna try and keep it a little under control today. You know what I mean? You think the Lakers still want her? I'll take. No, that was my deal. That was my deal initially. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if y'all. Well, I'll show you. I was following the show, but like on Twitter and whatnot, bro. I just kept putting out if there was an opportunity to get like in the back part of the draft. Like I was looking at. That was absolutely one of the top ones, bro. Whoa, was good. Dog, I'm telling you, I was thinking Denver, LA, Detroit had a pick at the back part of the draft. All of those teams that seem like I don't want to say a Herb Jones away, but definitely Denver. Denver was one of the teams for sure because one, I'm like, you need to figure out something. You got to figure out some salary relief to a degree. I'm like, look, and they need defense. Even if they run their team back, bro, that team not good enough to win at the end of the day, right? So with that being the case, I'm like, look, man, send Herb Jones for Cam Thomas in the first. But apparently they holding out on Cam Thomas. They ended up, I don't know if they traded back or if they ended up taking somebody with that pick. I can't even recall what they did. I know they took Brazil. And again, we was talking about Brazil, bro. Brazil been lighting it up as well. But if that's the case, after how Cam Carr looked, I don't know if they will move her because Cam is on such a cost-controlled number. But the thing is, he looked good in Summer League. You still got to see what he gonna look like, when the season started, when it's winning time. But at the end of the day, would I do that deal? Absolutely, I would, bro. I really like Cam Carr. I think Cam Carr is like a shorter Trey Murphy. Just being honest. He got athleticism. If you notice, he got absolutely taking my chances. He got athleticism. You could see he finishing around the rim. He got a nice jumper. He confident to shoot it. He got range. Dog, Cam, like I didn't think we was trading up to like top of the first round. So I was hoping if we were gonna get in the first round, it was gonna be on like the back end or whatever, like somewhere in the 20s or somewhere in like that 22 to 26-ish range. Bro, Chris Sinak was there. Cam Carr was there. Chris Sinak has looked good too. And Chris Sinak looked good in the games that he played. He more refined. Oh yeah, absolutely. Now again, he played in the SEC. Like he started at I think he started at Tennessee before he transferred to Baylor. So he been around, and he come from an NBA family too. He come from an NBA family. Whoa, what's good, Clarence, man? Appreciate y'all, dog. Y'all start to, come through before we get this game going. It's on Prime, so I need to get situated. Why local media not doing their job and finding out the truth before posting bad on the front office? Man, I'm not gonna speak about, because I'll say this. I don't know too much about like the local media and their jobs and how they cover and what they're allowed to say and what they're not allowed to say. That's not really I don't want to say I don't know, but just kind of like that's not really my lane. My assumption, I guess, is one, relationships matter. From what we've been told, or I don't want to say from what we've been told, from how it seems is that like there's not a lot of information getting out. And it's say, bro, I guess, how do you want to word it? It's kind of like you kind of gotta. I couldn't do it. I'll just say that I couldn't do it because one, I'm not jumping the gun on anything, but it seemed like there may be some ulterior agendas at times as well by how people comment and report on the team. So as opposed to just kind of waiting it out and see some of the things that's going on, it's just like it just don't feel completely fair, you know what I mean, or completely genuine at least. So I don't know, man. Well, you just hope moving forward everybody kind of do a better job of reporting, but it's not like they've hit everything out the park either. You know what I mean? I don't think they've done everything. Like the front office, I don't think it's been perfect, and a lot of the stuff can be questionable. But it's just how you present, I think, the information. And it's not even about like a positive or negative thing. Like for me, at least, it's not necessarily completely about positive or negative. It's just the spin that you put on it. Like for the DeAndre Jordan signing, for example. When the DeAndre Jordan signing came out, I don't even think it initially was like somebody in Pels media that made the observation talking about how the minimum contract situation was a thing and how they possibly lost out on the money of it. Like in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really matter. It didn't really matter that much. And also not necessarily about it not mattering that much. Like logic probably says, like typically you want to give some organizations benefit of the doubt. You almost want to give any professional organization benefit of the doubt when it comes to things like that. So my thought always was just kind of like, if they ended up giving him the second year guaranteed, it was probably because they had to for a reason to kind of make the player feel better about himself. Like if he wanted, I know DeAndre trying to get to his 20 years, right? If we know he trying to get to his 20 years, then sometimes what you need to do is you need to make a player feel wanted, feel loved, especially if he had other opportunities. Say you think they got a trade lined up for Herb after the Zion. They might though. I think they got a couple deals potentially lined up. I think they probably got a deal lined up for a big of some kind, and they probably got a deal lined up for a wing of some kind. It's just when and how do things fall determine on if they pull the trigger on it. That's kind of how I feel, because I think most teams in the NBA kind of already have an idea of deals that they can and can't make to a degree. Like for example, I think right now, if they wanted to, they could probably go get Miles Turner. You could probably go get Sabonis. And I'm not talking about like extreme overpays. Like I think you could go get Sabonis today without having to like truly overpay for it. I think you could probably go get a mid-level big or something like that. Like you could probably send her for somebody if you just was willing to take the hit on some of these players as well. It's just you could probably do her for Jalen Smith today, but do that help you? Do that solve the issues and whatnot? I don't know. So I think they have some stuff lined up. I just don't know if they will or won't. Pels have no vets that come back around. Even if DJ ain't start here trying to create that foundation is never that's another thing too, bro. That's another thing. Like normally if you see somebody doing something quality, they typically it's tough to get those people to stay in the building. And my thing with DeAndre is, okay, he won teammate of the year. They say he's got a positive influence on everybody, and everybody talked about how instrumental he was to, you know, to like building the culture, which is what you're trying to do in the grand scheme of things, right? If you're trying to build a culture and you're trying to build a foundation, and this dude you saying was one of the pillars of what was happening in your first year about like keeping your locker room in order, possibly keeping people focused on working out, doing what they got to do to make sure they're ready to play, they as healthy as possible, right? Then if it take an extra year to make sure that dude don't go nowhere, because it's easy to go to LA or Miami or something, like it's easy to go to those kinds of places, especially if it's for a minimum, then like go ahead and give him the second year, bro. It ain't really hurting you in the grand scheme of things. So I'm not mad, especially if you do these 2 years and then he moved to the front office or something like that. You done shown him some true trust, some true buy-in. I think it works out in the grand scheme of things. They're not giving them the access that Griffin gave. That's another thing too. A lot of people like really, really upset about that. A lot of people really, really upset about that. Hold on for a second, y'all, man. I gotta give me like 2 minutes. I gotta take a call, little family call real. Sorry about that, y'all, man. My laptop broke today. I had Macs don't survive nothing, though. Mac, like the MacBook, I had a small little crack in the screen, bro. And just out of nowhere, that thing, it didn't like spider, but you know when like your graphic sheet just kind of like the whole bottom half of my screen just gave me the rainbow, bro. I had to go drop that off. 380, you heard me? 380 to get the screen fixed. Super annoying. But gotta have it, you heard me? Whoa, what's good, Ed? Appreciate y'all. See, DeAndre is a cheaper DQ whisper than what we had with CJ. See, that's the thing about people keep mentioning DQ. I don't even think it's specifically about DQ, to be honest. If he had that kind of impact, I think he got like impact on the entire roster. Like, think about what he probably mean to Fizz. Like, right? Like him, he like an OG for Zion. He probably an OG for Herb to like, bro, I'll never, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull that clip, bro. Herb made a bad play one of those games in the fourth quarter, and it was DeAndre looking at it. I think it might have been the Knicks game. It was one of those games. Houston game, something, I don't know. But DeAndre, like, dog, what you doing? Like, you need people like that, you know, to be able to hold people accountable. And DeAndre wasn't meant to listen, bro. He was not meant to play. I understand that. But for whatever you say, when they inserted that dude into the starting lineup, they ended up going on a little bit of a win streak and be able to get a little bit of confidence. I'm not saying DeAndre need to be playing at all, but at the same time, y'all ain't that great to the point where like he ain't out there being able to go help a little bit. So I don't know, man. I'm not making a big deal out of him signing, especially for everything that he meant to the new regime, right? To the new regime. DeJounte respect, bro. Him and DeJounte, you know, going back and forth on social media. Like, if you could get if you could get a better version of DeJounte, somebody to hold DeJounte accountable. And this is another thing too, in my opinion, we ain't never have a player similar to DeAndre, because DeAndre came during the season, right? But imagine having a DeAndre Jordan throughout training camp, throughout a full off season, being able to make calls, keep people, you know, hopefully on their toes. Man, that's the reason Weatherspoon calling the game. Check out Teaspoon, man. former Pelicans coach. Former Pelicans coach, dog. I don't know what was going on with Teaspoon when she had that job in the W. What was she? Was that the Sky? Was she coaching the Sky with Angel and whatnot? Is Malik not playing tonight? That culture was a culture move because everyone that left during the Griff era was saying he was a snake. Dog, listen, they was getting everybody out the building, bro. Everybody out the building. So I ain't really said, bro, listen, I ain't mad about the DeAndre move. I'm not really mad about them not making a bunch of moves. I think there's I think they got a bunch of like potential moves in the mix that they could make if they need to. Man, look at Noel leading Summer League with damn near 4 steals. Let's go. Tip off. Is Malik not playing? If Malik time is not playing, we should be okay because you never know. Let's see who getting the start. Oh, Kobe Bufkin, is he out? Okay, so no Kobe Bufkin look like. Malik DIa getting the start. I'm interested to see if Malik DIa could continue to build on what he did, like the low momentum that he had. Shoemate getting the start, and we expected this too on the second half of these last. This might be the last summer league game if I'm not mistaken. So we'll probably get to see my partner, New Orleans on Solomon. We see Solomon Washington be able to get some minutes tonight. Rebound, good job. Melvin been doing okay. Also, that's a foul. Good foul. Nothing easy. Man, what is this loading up like that? Can I get rid of that? Okay, thank you. No. Good job. Appreciate everybody tapping in. So let's see who they got playing out here today. Yeah, we got the backups. It's all good though. We still calling the game. We want dubs regardless. Daniels Jr., Shoemate, DIa, Mensah. Bruh, good drive. Gotta finish. Dog, Mensah been kind of blowing me, to be honest. He played a little too weak. He played a little too weak for me. But Jaron Pierre not starting, so I'm guessing his summer league probably done too. And if that's the case, then I wonder if they have already decided like who might get the two-way. Hunter Dickinson not playing. It is also about getting people the opportunities, and that's cool. Shit, if you Malik DIa, this your opportunity right here. Get that up, lay up. Oh, he flushed that. Man, look at little man with the dome. Yeah, DIa playing, he getting the start. I'm honestly in a game like this, like I don't care when you play, you always want to win. But now that like Kobe Bufkin not playing, Malik Time is not playing, PV not playing, Hunter Dickinson not playing, there's a bunch of people not playing, right? So they're giving people opportunities. I'm hoping to see like more of Malik DIa's game, right? I'm looking to see more of Malik DIa's game, and see how he looks, because I know there's been a lot of talk around him possibly getting one of the two-way spots. But I just want to see like the other places he can have impact on the game. Or is it just strictly scoring? But say, dog, good job. We in transition. Turnover. Oh, look. Oh, what's dude name, bro? What's dude name? Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Because he out here. What's his first name? Little guard out there. 30. Dominique Daniels Jr. Okay, Dominique Daniels Jr. No, since when we picked up two like super small guards, that's interesting. Do we just have like a thing for small guards? Oh, you know he keeping it. You know he keeping it. Oh, gave him the foul. I'm about to say, dog. I know one thing, bro. When he touch it, especially in summer league, that shit is going up. That is going up. I'm wondering if he could create, like, use his offense to get others involved. I don't know if I guess they need to see him do that out here, but that's just something that I'm interested in knowing if he got that part in his game. Made that free throw. Good job. Made free throw. He make his free throws. He's definitely good in the catch and shoot. Get through that, get back. Rebound. Gotta have that rebound. Gotta have that rebound. The little dude, he played like a dude. He do, don't he? Look like just small, kind of like just play like with a little attitude, man. He went up on a fast break, damn near trying to. I don't know if he was trying to dunk or just draw contact on the layup. I'm interested to see who else gonna play. Though I'm not a fan of Mensa, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know if I want Mensa on the squadron. I don't know if I want Mensa on the squadron, bro. I mean, I ain't trying to hate on nobody opportunity and whatnot, but I intend on going to those games, and I don't want to find myself booing this man like that loudly. Because I'm a fan, like no matter what game I go to, I'll be in a squadron game, probably acting like it's one of the Pels real games. So I'm gonna need them to I don't even want to say upgrade that position or whatnot, but like I don't know, that opportunity to could probably go somewhere else, because I don't think it ain't much. It's gonna be much that he gonna be able to provide. Excuse me. Bro. Oh, that's Xavier. That's interesting. Xavier Lee from, I think he went to Stanford. Number 44 for Cleveland. He was a nice little guard. I think he transferred and left Stanford. I can't remember where he was at last year, but he should be an interesting player to watch this game too and see how his game started to kind of translate over. I'm mad we don't get to see Malik Thomas, bro. That dude had been lighting it up. He had been lighting. I think he had multiple 30-point games in a row. I think he had a 35-point game. Whoa, what's good, Dakari? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate y'all, dog. Yeah, we might have to. Let's see what's going on, man. Let's see what's going on. Y'all notice the like NBA news cycle that kind of slowed down too? Do you think it's specifically because of LeBron? Like I guess it's because a couple teams that need to make moves are trying to see what happened with the LeBron situation. Because I was thinking about that the other day. Peyton Watson still not signed. Duran still not, like Duran not being signed is crazy to me. No, good job. I definitely don't mind people getting fouled either. You know what I do like typically when like Mensa foul somebody, or like when the summer league team foul somebody, it ain't weak fouls. Like if you're gonna foul a dude, foul him, bro. It's like very minimal of them little touch fouls that allow people to like quickly go up. They'll like get like and ones. They ain't really doing that in the summer. I hope that's something that translate over to the NBA team. 100% is LeBron. I think so. Get that bitch in. Yeah, because I guess for like certain teams, if you got an opportunity to get LeBron, but at this point, you should already know if you like out of the running. It's probably only a couple teams. I don't think Denver's like, I don't think Denver is a real option. If I'm him, honestly, Cleveland not no real option for me either. I know it's got to be an option because he's from Cleveland. I'm not going back. If James Harden gonna be in Cleveland, if I'm LeBron, I'm not going back to Cleveland. Respectfully, I'm not like having my last 2 seasons in the NBA be dependent upon was starting to become a guy that's known for choking in the playoffs. Like, you trying to win, and you don't really rock with none of them dudes like that. Personally, I think it's Golden State got a shot because of the relationship with Steph and grab it because of the relationship with Steph and Draymond. Yeah, that's another thing. You might as well. I was thinking that too. Like, it don't make no sense to move all the way to Miami. You gonna go to Miami to fucking play with Giannis? Like, that don't really make sense to me either. Giannis and Bam, like, it'll be cool, and maybe you feel like you could win. Maybe you feel like you could win the East. Maybe you feel like you could win the East. You take a chance on Joel. Oh, I'm absolutely taking a chance, especially Joel with Maxey and VJ and Jalen. Yeah, I'm not doing that though. Like that, the Harden shit, that shit dead to me. Noel been shooting really well too. That's a good shot. LeBron changed your whole trajectory. Well, the thing with trajectory and cap sheet, you might trade off some assets because you got LeBron that could affect it. That's true. Well, most of the teams that he's looking at as a minimum. I can't go see, man. Go finish watching Mario.
Look, Mario must be a great rabbit for the trouble rabbits.
He is.
Yeah, he looks like the same color. He's green.
He's green?
Yeah, and he just dressed up.
That's cool. Go finish watching Mario fight the rabbit. Movie's funny. No, y'all be acting like it's a game, bro. Listen, this is his life. My oldest one get ready to come in second too. He get ready to come home. Wife going to eat. So like, it's me and the kids. I'm about to do it. Jeremy, what you do? I'm about to be like, look, go watch TV, catch your tablet. I catch y'all like 2 hours. So I ain't muting it no more, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They come in. They done made appearances, from time to time. Oh, good job. We out in transition. Yeah. We just gotta do what you gotta do. Who was that just pulled up for 3? Number 12. Who was number 12? But yeah, I hope Brian come on. Like, I feel like Brian already know where he going, bro. Like, he just making people stall out just cause. Good 3. Good 3. Dog, when Solomon gonna get some minutes? Love it. Kids make the pocket. Dog, bro, I ain't like, I don't be wanting to put them out there, obviously, but when you a parent, dog, you just do what you gotta do. And they chill for the most part too, to be honest. They kind of do their thing. Like, they sufficient enough to entertain themselves. But if I gotta get up for a second, man, y'all understand, bro. Hey, Jamal Moles. Shout out to Moles, man. Moles and Dumars. Yeah, my other one came in. I hear him too in the house. Hold on 1 second. Paulo. Yeah, Solomon number 27. What's up, bro?
Good.
How are you?
Good.
How was camp?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
What you doing?
I want to show you something.
I can't get up. What you trying to show? How the Pelicans made 13-5 season as the Magic head coach. Oh, yes? I'm interested to see what he can do. I don't think he's gonna make the team or nothing like that, but I see him out there now. He played with relatively good energy. I ain't gonna lie, I want them to win, but I'm not judging this team based off of like this game off of wins and losses and whatnot. We still want to win, of course. Always want to win, but I'm more so interested now in like DIa and how DIa looks, because it looked like he probably the only one. It may be Melvin Council, but I don't think he really got an opportunity to get the two-way. How does Malik DIa look on the court? Being that he's the one playing, and we think he's gonna be the one that got a shot to, I don't want to say make the roster, but get that two-way. So I definitely want to see how he look. Timeout. 7-6. There we go, man. Hopefully this is one of them games that they don't call a lot of fouls. We get out of this one pretty quick. But if I had to bet on it, if I'm Brian, I go to Golden State. And I was thinking about it earlier, like, should Golden State make the trade? Like should they make the trade to go get AD? Because I know with the Wizards talking about, look, man, we ain't trying to move Anthony Davis. But if Anthony Davis stuck on that $250 million extension, I don't think they're gonna give AD that kind of money. And if he's saying he's not extending for nothing less than the max, then like, what you gonna do? Because I think he expired and he only got 1 year left, or he got maybe another year, like 60-something mil. They don't have to move him. But if you go to state, do you offer Jimmy and like 2 firsts? That's what I'm saying. If I get Brian, you might as well go get AD. You might as well, and you gotta move Jimmy to do it. So it's kind of like it's the last little bit of the Steph era. I know they don't want to give up all the future picks, but it's just kind of like, all right, Jimmy and two of the post Steph first, you might be able to do it. I think if you honestly, the Wizards, I think you take it. Jimmy got I think Jimmy got like 2 years left on this deal, and he's supposed to come back this year. Now he might get in the way of some of your people. You might have to like send Jimmy somewhere. I don't know if he fit necessarily what you want to do, but if you just talking about they in a situation where they could just acquire assets and stuff too. So, and then you could, bring Jimmy back slowly at some point, maybe move him again. Who knows? It's gonna be hard to move that money. Ooh, I'm surprised they call that a travel. Good hustle. Get back. Man, I appreciate all y'all, dog. Tapped in middle of the afternoon, man. Middle of the afternoon. Shoemate. Dog. Even, listen, I understand ain't nobody out there, so you feel like you can show off your game. But the one thing about basketball, regardless, that I think is a true barometer or whatever, if you play the right way, right, past like ball movement, defense, all of the basic things, you'll be in majority of games and not turning the ball over, stuff like that. See, when people do too much, it's always one of the big ball. This is a good look on the pass. It's always like it always makes for bad basketball, bro. Unless you just supremely talented. And then sometimes you end up seeing like more talented teams lose because they be doing too much. You get caught up and play like a disciplined team, they beat the piss out you. Screen, get into the paint, off his leg. What they call that? I don't know, but I'm hoping Brian go to Golden State. If Brian go to Golden State, I got a couple games on my I gotta go to this year because I try to go like away games every season too. I gotta see I'm going to the France games, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Like me, and I'm trying to plan it. So I'm trying to go see the Pels in France, right? I want to see us against Minnesota in Minnesota with LaMelo and that. So if they healthy, I'm trying to be at that game. So the Minnesota on the road. If Brian go to LA, if Brian go to Golden State, Brian, Steph versus the Pels in Golden State. Like, dog, I don't know if y'all go to like some of the games on the road, bro. It's a completely different type of experience. It'd be nice to go be the enemy to his family. I'm tired. Where's his family? You talking about Cleveland? Oh, you talking about retired? Like go shut it down. Oh, good shot, boy. Good three. Low scoring first quarter as expected. Don't trip. Xavier, oh, we out. Oh, we gotta have that still. Oh yeah, pick the ball up. Get it out. Good job. Finish. About to say, you better make that windmill. Good job, boy. Gotta get back. You got to get back always. Bro, what did Noel used to play? I felt like Noel, when he was in college, had him a good tournament run somewhere. I cannot remember where I remember him playing that. Dad's got to jump the pass all the damn time. He's a decent point guard, bro. He got a good feel for the game. He's just smart. Kansas State. Okay. Kansas State. This was some years ago, but I felt like they had a tournament run. He was cutting up. I felt like I remember him. Who the coldest 9-star little guard that y'all could recall? Like Shabazz Napier used to be a dog. Shabazz Napier used to be a dog when he was in college. I like, as far as like the Elite Eight, I knew it. I'm about to say, I remember them having a really strong run. He was balling too. He passed on the last shot. I remember them having they upset it. Oh, good lie, boy. They upset a couple teams on their way to their playoff run. He played relatively well. I know a lot of people thought it would get him drafted, but I just don't think you could overcome the hype. Let me know about Minnesota. I'm going to that game too. I'll keep you posted, dog. I'm telling you. So did he make that? Yeah, he did. He got that one off. Good job. That's all right. 1 point game in the first. 1 point game in the first quarter. Down one. We ain't tripping. They playing solid, bro. They playing good team ball. Getting out in transition. They still playing good defense. I see when you coached well, everything kind of like, it don't matter who out there on the floor for you, it's gonna look a certain type of way. So that's what I'm hoping for when they have like more talent out there, is that the better players respond better to better coaching. Marshall Henderson, yeah, Marshall Henderson was a dog too. So we talked about Marshall, Shabazz. Oh, you out in the mini area? Man, I got a cousin. Well, my wife's people are out there. So we actually was gonna go to the Minnesota playoff series because he get season tickets or whatever, and had tickets to the game. I just ended up not making it. Plus, when Ant got hurt, I was like, man, I don't know if I won't be out there, and Ant possibly not gonna show up, and then Ayo ended up getting hurt. I just was like, I don't know. But it's a couple places of like playoff series. If the Pels make the playoffs, then like I'll be at. Minnesota is one. If we play the Pels, like if the Pels end up playing Minnesota in a playoff series, or even if it's somehow in a play-in game, I'll be in Minnesota for that. like I always want, if Golden State somehow make the playoffs and we play Golden State in the playoffs, best believe I'm gonna be in Cali for that one. Dog, when you went like it's stuff last couple years, bro, you gotta like be able to have those experiences. Say you was in Golden State and watch Steph Curry play a game, bro. That's the type of shit that I just like want to have the experience to say I've done. This new Pels defense is perfect for Jose. I think so. I think he caused a whole bunch of turnovers. But it's gonna be interesting to see how it looks when they when they get the full roster going and active. And I think hopefully they're able to use their athleticism to a degree, because I think you could get more from Trey defensively. I think you could get more from Trey defensively. I think you could get more from Z defensively. Good pump fake, boy. Good pump again. Good patient finish. Good patient finish. When you well coached, you see the foundation. Absolutely. That's why when certain teams get hurt, like if you remember all of those years, dog, with when Miami was making it to finals, and when you see two-way dudes, you say two-way guys step up and just play, it's because the foundation is there. Defensively, everybody coached throughout the season to play on the string. They don't ask you to do above and beyond what you're capable of doing. The game plans are always solid. That type of stuff matter in this show, right? And that's also, it's easy to simplify the game too. If you notice, like it's summer league, but they ain't doing nothing complicated. This ain't no fucking, no crazy motion offense or nothing like that. Give them solid principles, and you should see that translate through like at every level, especially when these dudes damn near professionals. About an hour away, I went to the game last year. They came back and won. They was hating on me. Dog, listen, I'm telling you, Z be sure. And that's another thing too why I want to go to the game in Minnesota, because Z always show out against Minnesota. Oh, good step through. Hit that. It's all right. Good job, Shoemate. Shoemate out there hustling, bro. Your coach would definitely matter. Absolutely. Look at how successful Minnesota been just because of their coaching staff, right? Like most during the regular season, if you got quality coaching, you should be able to survive through the regular season. You should be able to get like minimum of 30 to 35 wins off of like, if you got okay health, you should like good coaches should get you minimum of 30 to 35 wins, in my opinion. I would love to go to a Pels game on the road. Where you from, bro? I see this because like if you start, you can start like quick, like start the short trips. You hear me? Like any of the like Houston right there. And there's another thing too. If you go to like road games, right? Or if you're trying to go to road games. Houston right there around the corner, but also the ticket prices to those places, certain places, especially when they play the Pels, not expensive, right? Like I've been to 2 Houston games on the road. I think I only paid like $30 for ticket prices, bro. I'm telling you, Sham G wants something to keep getting back to it until they stop it. Yep, Sham got you gotta spam the offense, and that's the same thing for the defense too. Right? Like if they're struggling with something in the defensive coverage, why would you change what you're doing? You apply more pressure to them. Make them, and just because somebody do something once, like let's say you running the offense, right? Let's say you in the pick and roll and you killing them in the pick and roll, right? Why would you stop running the pick and roll just because you might have missed a shot off of it? No, if you getting open looks or you getting to the rim or you getting open corner threes or whatever, don't go away from it, bro. Like we was trying to do so much different shit sometimes to where we could never get into the rhythm of anything. And also another issue with our team historically had been we play different from game to game. So you can't really catch a rhythm on there's another, you don't know when your shots coming, where your spots are gonna be. Like I feel like by game 10 to 15, everybody should, for the most part, if you're healthy, obviously, everybody should have an idea of what it is we're going to look like, especially if you're successful. Now, again, you got to have an idea and then kind of adjust as, as things happen. Like if somebody not just naturally not playing well, then maybe you got to adjust your lineup or your roster or whatever based off of that. But other than that, you kind of have opportunities to just do the same thing, build. Ooh, finger, Jesus. Ooh, finger to the eye. Tough. Watching the game, I don't recognize anybody on the team. Yeah, they listen. It's the 4 games, so they went to a lot of the backup players. But look, man, you still got to go out there and compete. You still got to go out there and compete. You know what it looked like? It looked like them combine games. It looked like the combine games. Rebound, contest, good job, rebound. Oh yeah, out on them. Let's go. Was the Minnesota head coach? Yeah, Chris Finch used to be on when I want to say when Monty Williams was here, he was on the coaching staff, but maybe it was before Monty took the job. It might have been before Monty took the job. I'm not 100% sure, but he definitely was on the staff. Was he on Byron Scott's staff? Maybe he was on Byron Scott's staff because I remember they was considering him. I feel like they was considering him for the job, and they ended up not doing it. Let me look that up real quick. But he definitely, I know he definitely was in consideration. And then he ended up, yeah, he was here in 2017 and 2018. Who was that? Is that Elvin Gentry? 2017, 2018. I think that's Elvin Gentry. Yeah, because Stan was here in 20. So he was on the Elvin Gentry staff. He was on the Elvin Gentry staff, and then I'm guessing before they hired Stan, he was one of the ones they considered because he got hired. He went to Toronto. He did 2 years here. Then he went to Toronto, and then he got hired in Minnesota. So again, man, is the Stitcher losing off the Pels? It's too soon to tell. It's too soon to tell, but I'll say winning these summer league games and the way that they compete and the way that they look, I think it helps. And that's another thing too, for like people that's like, man, they ain't won nothing in the summer league. None of these dudes ain't gonna be on the team and all of that. And it's like maybe, but I can guarantee you if they lose all of these summer league games, if they was getting blown out in all these summer league games, you would like people would criticize them for losing them. So like if they were getting blown out, a dog walk, and didn't look good, what would we be talking about? The coaching staff not having no you know what I mean? Not having any structure, not having any game plan, not having any discipline. That's what I think winning in this in the summer league means. More than the players, especially when you start seeing players that don't nobody know. It's not like they out here with a bunch of stars, right? They're not out here with 3-4 dudes that's gonna play on the NBA teams. Like that's a travel. They ain't call it. It's cool. We'll take it. In the game against Charlotte, if you think about it, that was down, bro, almost. The game against Charlotte, they played. Liam McNeely was out there. Sion James was out there. Christian Anderson, a lottery pick, damn near was out there. I think they had another one of their players that got drafted that was out. Like that's like 4 dudes that's supposed to play real rotational minutes for the Hornets, and you beat that team with nobodies. So like if you're gonna say the nobodies don't matter, it's kind of like, all right, so that's a nod to the coaching staff for being able to get that done, to be able to have something in. And then Charlotte hadn't lost their game. They had won the summer league the year before. So typically like summer league confidence carry over. Dog, all of this matter. all of this matter. Because if I'm Mosley, right now, I'm selling to my team when we go into in the training camp. Look, bro, the summer league team worked hard. They got results. That's why I'm interested in what the preseason gonna look like. I think you got to do decent in the preseason. Personally, that's just my bad, man. Again, they get too quiet, you get concerned. You got to figure out what's going on. And look, these same nobodies, regardless of what you say, they up right now. So we'll take a good job, Melvin. Oh, swing that. That's all right. So that's kind of where I'm at about like the summer league, bro. I understand it's not the biggest indict. What's the word? It's not the biggest barometer to tell like, okay, you're gonna be successful or you're not. But when you're trying to change things around, these things matter. And especially when we came into the summer league, the defensive intensity, setting the tone, this is what we doing every game, all that matter. And it don't matter who on the floor. That's why I like what you doing when they show like the people that's playing right now. If you notice, they all doing the same. Listen, man, we guarding up. You gotta guard your man. I don't care how small you are, right? You gotta guard your man. We gotta run the flow. We gotta communicate. You establish the principles. Oh, good job. Just shot by them. But like that's the things that I'm looking for with all of these. Can you hone in like, listen, man, no turnovers, taking care of the ball, right? Not being flustered. Oh, you shooting that. Oh, that's in and out. Good job. Good job. Man, let me see. Let me write my list of places that we going to. My road games. Definitely going to catch the France games, which I know that's gonna be crazy, bro. Going have to play Vic in France. You know, it was always interesting when they schedule those games out. When they schedule those games like so far in advance, it's like, man, you always assuming that like the teams are healthy when that happens. Good screen. Bro, I love how much they run the pick and roll, and that's just like established in the offense now. Like, look how much they run pick and rolls and they set re-screens. Illegal screen. Good job. Good job. This year summer league is way better than last. Bro, think about that. That's crazy. This year's summer league has been way more competitive, right? It's way more competitive. There has been no Fizz, no Derek Queen, PV, Misi, right? The summer league team last year was technically better. Shoemate was there. Lester Quinones was there. Trey Alexander played. So, like, realistically, if you look at the roster, like, I think Carlo play last summer? I think Carlo played a little bit last summer. That's a good shot, Malik. He just missed it. So, like, if you look at the roster, realistically, they should have been better last summer. And then not only that, if you look at this rookie class has been performing better in the summer than last year's. And then last year rookie class wasn't bad, and a lot of those rookies came back and played too. So, like, realistically, you shouldn't have performed in this summer as well as you have. And this is just much more that's a tough shot. Good rebound. He going, oh, good pass. Oh, that's a foul. Come on, man. You know what I do like too? When they have their offensive lows, like normally when we have offensive lows, like the defense lets down and teams go on runs. Again, it's only summer league, but if you can, again, project this moving forward, man, I know that man did not do the Steph turnaround 3-pointer. Come on, Noel. Come on, Noel. Man, you out here cutting up. Go sit. Might have to sit you down. Shout out to Adam Silver putting us in France against Vic. That's a huge compliment. There's probably a playoff or finals game playing at Vic Hunter. Damn, Niv, I would love to get that win. We play the Spurs well too. That's why I'm out there. And bro, I'm telling you, if Vic healthy and playing, they gonna want to get that win. That'll be a huge win for you to get. All of the games gonna matter, but definitely having the game out there against them. I'm pretty sure it's 2 games they playing out there, if I'm not mistaken. They got 2 separate games out there. I think they both against the Spurs. I gotta double check, but I'm definitely gonna go to that one. I always try to catch like one of the you saw hold on, bro. Hold on.
22 cars and a boat totaled? How did you sink a boat?
We didn't sink it.
Woosah! Woosah!
Man, you can't be shooting that shit, bro. I almost thought I was tripping for a second. He shot that bitch and hit the turnaround. I'm like, dog, boy, you was trying to make somebody team. You can't be doing that. You trying to make somebody team, bro. You ain't out here averaging 30. This man crazy. I know. I know if I'm joining, I'm like, he done lost his damn mind. But France, I definitely want to catch one of the mini games with LaMelo. If Brian is in, I had planned to go catch Golden State anyway. Because it's hard to my wife a Steph fan, so we catch pretty much all of the games when they hit. One, I get season tickets. I ain't buy my tickets yet this year. So my whole season ticket journey, like I had season tickets for like maybe 3-4 years in a row. And then I let them go. To season. So I had them for the 49 win season. When Willie Green was talking about not letting people know the roster, when he was, and they make no moves, they made the DeJounte move. Which I wasn't a fan of. I was like, man, go get Trey. But I guess you couldn't get Trey Young. But when they did when Willie Green was like, I don't know who's gonna be the star lineup, I guess you'll wait and see. That shit gave me pause. So I didn't get my season tickets that year. I didn't, and then thankfully everybody got hurt. So I took that season off. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go back. Because last year, though, if y'all remember when I started the show, I'm like, bro, we gonna win 50. Zion coming back. And this was even with DeJounte being out. I'm like, the West is weak. And then what made me really get the tickets, we traded for JP. I don't know if y'all know, dog, I'm a Poole fan. Like, even with Poole not playing well last year, like, I'm still a JP fan. I think he could bounce back this year. Yeah, that was true. Dog, no, bro, listen. We saying that now because you got the benefit of hindsight, right? Yeah, I'm glad to see Solomon get some burn, too. I'm glad to see him get some opportunity. Man, I don't be caring about the over-under, bro, because this is the thing. Every year, the NBA has a team or two, to be honest, that like looks like they're gonna be bad and then always turning around. Like they always have teams. I think the NBA playoffs, if you look at it historically, like there's always damn near 2 teams that didn't make the playoffs the year before that end up making the playoffs, right? One of our problems coming into the season was we need, and like again, JP not CJ, but at the time, like CJ was CJ would refuse to go to the bench, right? So my thought was, look, boom, we'll replace CJ's production with JP, right? You still gonna have Fears and Queen, but when DeJounte get back, you'll be able to put JP on the bench, and then you'll be able to roll like normal, right? Nah, I knew you tripping while I watch y'all pick on the show. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to let you do you. Dog, listen, bro. I'm telling you, like you. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm telling you because obviously you proved to be right. But if you go look at the teams and some of the ways that we were losing games, like again, JP was DMPs, bro. Even if he playing bad, you probably win more games just naturally him not being DMP, right? Like that's one of the major issues. Like, and then a lot of the games they lost on the backside of the season, you're not even starting the center. You're not even starting the center. So that was the thing too. Like I felt like last season was partially sabotaged, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Willie for sure. Like, I think pride got in the way of last season because you and JP got into this argument and them calling out again. You can't say everybody, we trying to hold everybody accountable, and then when you out here again, bro, in the first couple games, I looked at it like this: in the first 2 games of the season, and I'm not even talking about the win-loss results of the first 2 games, right? But if you go back and watch the first 2 games like live as they happening, Jordan Poole was one of the better first quarter players of like the first couple games of the season, right? So he would be playing well in the first quarter. I think he was like maybe one of the top scorers in like first quarters for the first couple games. And then he would like get benched for like super long stretches, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Then you throw him back in. Like Willie Green was fucking up rotations, obviously. Second game, you see Herb Jones, just Sadiq Bey had it going, right? And you see Herb Jones come into that game, play extended minutes, playing in the overtime. He just didn't have it going that night, right? Willie Green was a big reason why they lost some of the first 2 games. But then when you have the big fallout, right? Apparently, behind the scenes, him and JP got into it. You bench JP because he calling out the nonsense, allegedly, at least. And if that's the case, everything was downhill from there. JP go to the bench. Jeremiah Fears was not ready to be the starter. He wasn't ready to be the starter. And he was playing well off the bench. Like, look at his first couple games off the bench. He was playing well off the bench. He was more in his role. I like Washington effort today. No, people like that, you got to play tough every game. So I dig it. I like that it's a low-scoring game, to be honest. Like, they're not shooting well, but you making sure the other team not shooting well either. So at this point, bro, we just trying to get out there. Every coach not meant to be a head coach. Facts. And Willie had a good run, but I think part of it is the writing was on the wall for Willie. So he had to get off to a fast start. And I think they were trying to, sometimes your team can unite and be like, man, fuck that dude. We gonna play for each other. Right. And like, it don't matter what he say, we gonna try and do what we gotta do. We gonna do whatever we gotta do to get these dubs or whatever. But he was doing so, in my opinion, he was really getting in the way with rotations, subs again. Like, he didn't even want to play DQ, and DQ in the first couple games was playing solid, but I just think his love for Jeremiah Fears superseded everything. If you go back and listen to Willie interviews, oh man, it's just so impressive. He's this young, playing and making the most of his opportunities. You got to, bro. You got to. I'm glad. Listen, they up at the half. You up 2 points at the half. I'll take it. Shout out to Sham Guy. This is a good representation of him too. This is a good representation of him too, because again, it's showing that no matter who's out there, the principles: play hard, play defense, share the ball, make good decisions, no turnovers or minimum turnovers. Let me see. Right now, they only got 4 turnovers in a half, and they caused 9. That's good numbers. That's really good numbers. Solomon, 5 points, hit a 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 10 minutes, doing a little bit of everything. He got good energy out there, making smart plays. Again, he's not going to make this team, clearly, but I think he got an opportunity to play for the G League team. And then you just keep stacking. You know what I'm saying? You keep stacking your opportunity. I think we'll be able to see him down there. I don't think it's going to be a situation where somebody sign him or nothing like that. He haven't even played enough. But good for him making the most. I think Council's doing a really good job. Daniels, that boy is shooting that bit. Whoa, what's good, Liam? Appreciate y'all tapping in, dog. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Man, we just running it, bro. We just running it. Look, Malik DIa 0 for 4 right now, right? He 0 for 4 right now. But I honestly don't think it mattered. Like, his shots, a couple of them were like in and out. You know what I mean? I think he's still doing enough on the floor. Like, his man don't seem like he just scoring on him and stuff like that. He's still playing physical. Just sometimes, the shot not going in. But that's cool. That's cool. I'm interested to see, because the game is close now again at the half. As they get further down the line, like, if they go to him, it's like, all right, look, we need some offense. If they go to him, if he's going to be able to get some buckets down the stretch when they need them. Because that's what it comes down to. They've been able to lean on Kobe Bufkin a little bit to either get to the line or, make a jumper or something like that when they need to. So I'm just interested that if this game stay close, will he be able to do something like that? But, man, look, it just don't look like bad basketball, in my opinion. Like, that's what it don't look like a bad coach team. I'm 100% cool with how this looked. Like, I'm not overly frustrated. The only true frustrating play was, Noel thinking he fucking Steph Curry with the turnaround jumper, losing his mind. But hey, bro, this might be your last game, so that's cool. DIa being 0-4 is what I want for DQ or Hulk. Something to look like, realizing that his shot ain't falling, finding other ways to be impactful. Absolutely. And that's the thing, too, that I'm hoping for moving forward. Kobe not playing today. I think Kobe Bufkin had done it. And that's another thing, too, bro. If you stop me from playing Summer League, I'm under the assumption that I got a spot somewhere. Like, I know you want to look at the other guys and whatnot, but, like, if I'm Kobe Bufkin, I'm trying to get the 2-way. I'm trying to get signed some kind of way. So if you're not allowing me to play, I'm assuming that, like, I'm on this roster in some capacity. At least that's my thoughts. You already know Pierre. He got drafted. You already know Pierre going to be there. Micah not playing. Hunter Dickinson already on the 2-way, right? So the only one who really not playing that's been playing and playing well is Kobe Bufkin. And DIa is the last one. That's DIa and Melvin Council is the two that people have been talking about, maybe pushing someone out or another person probably getting that opportunity. So we'll see. The team being coached by Shanghai got to have a decent shot at beating our team last year. Being coached by, you talking about the Summer League team or you talking about the real team? I just want to know, because are you saying like the real team being coached by Sham got an opportunity? But we was having that discussion too, how different the Summer League team looked. Dog, that's another thing too. Last year's Summer League, and no shade to Corey Brewer or whatever. But dog, Corey Brewer was literally playing in the Big Three, if I'm not mistaken, at the time that Summer League was going on. To me, they weren't taking this shit serious. I don't think they took the opportunity serious. It's like when you knew you was about to be the coach for Summer League, bro, you gotta like, all right, listen, let me lock in. Let me lock into this opportunity and pour into these guys. So I'm not saying that like I don't know what, because I know if I'm not I know Sham Guy got some other stuff going on. Like I don't know if they're like because he got the podcast with Jada Kiss. A lot of those look pre-recorded. Maybe not if you watch his podcast, but other than that, since the summer and stuff that started, I imagine this dude is 100% locked in. Yeah, they're gonna give Hunter a shot. I'm not even mad, to be honest. He's been doing as many films. Dog, you could do footwork drills. I just don't think he's gonna be able. He just can't move. What you gotta hope for, well, he can't move and he can't rebound. The thing you gotta hope for with Hunter is his screening and his shooting is enough to get you some form of opportunity. But I just don't know, bro. I don't know. He's played well. He hasn't rebounded well here at all, though. But he's been impactful. It's just the thing that's gonna get him on the floor will probably be his defensive size, but he can't move his feet and he can't run, he can't rebound. So that's the thing that's gonna be tough. That's kind of what make you want to lean towards maybe giving Dia that opportunity too. So I don't know, Will or that. Ooh, you was ready to shoot that old boy. Pass it. Better pass. Better pass. I think Brew had good energy and good development skills, but the presence of it didn't look appealing. I don't know, though. I don't know. I just think like, and again, it could be scheme. It could be scheme because what they were trying to do just looked super difficult. And they had a lot more like scoring guards as well. So it could be mentality. Again, Trey Alexander was out trying to get buckets. Fizz was trying to get buckets. Queen trying to get buckets. Like everybody out there trying to show what they can do, which is typical for Summer League. This particular team feels more like a team. They feel more like a team. Like they play a little more connected. Good defense. Rebound. Good job. We only need him for the real big centers. No. Did you see, like, I don't think he's going to do nothing against real bigs. I don't think he's going to do nothing against centers. No, get out of your ISO game, bro. Get out of your ISO game. Good finish, boy. I will say this, Dia is strong around the rim. I don't know if that's pause worthy or not. That might be a little crazy. It seemed the coaching staff is more detailed oriented. I think so. Whoa, man, my dog Cheddar in the building. You heard me? Appreciate y'all. Man, y'all see what the man said. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Absolutely. Yeah, it was a little close. Yeah, strong around the rim is tough. you gotta watch that, bro. I just be in a flow of conversation sometimes. So I appreciate y'all for holding me accountable. Pels' biggest issues is not having a second ball handler, in my opinion. I agree. And then the initial ball handler too much, like you could tell Daniels hadn't really played too much. So he trying to show what he can do and is not facilitating. It seems to me, based off of how Orlando played and how the Summer League plays, that they want their guards to be, not saying that you can't score, don't get me wrong, but they want those dudes to be playmakers and facilitators. At least that's what it looked like to me. Unless they plan, Zion to have the ball at the top of the key sometimes to kind of run off. And, whoa, what's good, Mike? Appreciate you, dog. Get it out. Fucking Mensa. Dog, Mensa, like, I know it's all in Summer League and I ain't trying to be too rough on him, but he too weak, bro. He too weak. That's my issue. He too weak. Like, Even when he get rebounds, he don't pull the rebounds down strong. I ain't even get a chance to watch it. I ain't get a chance because when I'm watching the games, they on mute. So I don't get a chance to hear when they was talking. I saw he did before the beginning of the game. What was the gist of what he's saying? I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But see, he better make look, if you do your job, bro, and create for somebody else, I think sometimes you got to, dog. We're old enough to where, like, I'm an OG at the end of the day. I'm probably beyond having to hit the pause, but I still kind of respect it. Oh, no foul. Oh, yeah, we out in transition. Pass the ball. There you go. Good ball movement. Finish. Bro, our transition game going to be so much better moving forward, bro. The transition offense is going to be that's another thing, too. Like, I don't know if y'all really recall how bad the Pelicans were at the basic stuff, even with Borrego. And people was giving them, a pass, being like, "Stop! What you reaching for? That shit out of here, goaltending." They were not able to do the simplest of things. We couldn't stop the ball in transition. I think that's where the team gonna live in transition. I think that's where the team gonna live, bro. The transition game is gonna be hella important into what it is that we gotta do. Contest everything, bro. Pick up, physical defense, guard your man, be physical, contest at the rim. If you foul, we fouling you, dog. We fouling you. Nothing easy. That's the interview with Stan. It was real good. It was him talking about the feeling after the game. 7 coming was excited for his 9. You know what always make me upset? Not upset. That's exaggeration. But so I understand them asking about Zion. I understand them asking about Fears and Queen. Bro, people need to ask more about Trey Murphy. People need to ask more about Trey. And not ask about Trey from a sense of what's the status of Trey Murphy, nothing like that. But people need to treat Trey Murphy as if he's the second best player on this team. Because in my opinion, he is. Some people argue he the first. I don't think he's better than Z. But that's tough. Catch a shoot. Set your feet, man. You got time. Let's go. But that's one of the things that I hope people begin to do more. Rebound, the rebound. Oh yeah, look at him passing it up early. Nah, don't throw that lob. Set it up. Swing that. You know what, dog? Go ahead, bro. You ain't played. Get your shit off. You ain't played. Get your offense off. Get back and guard. I'm sure they're telling them, look, bro, I don't care what y'all do I don't care what y'all do offensively, but as long as y'all guard, I'm good. As long as you give me defensive effort, I'm good. And then when this shit start getting a little out of hand, we're going to have to lock in. Which is cool. I ain't tripping. But that's one of the things that I hope people start asking more of, to be honest. I think the Zion season is going to be really productive. Mosley was a hard coacher for Paolo, which I think led to some dysfunction. Zion wants to coaching, so I'm excited. I agree. Bro, you got to force Zion to be great, which is why I think he flourished under Stan. I think he played well under Stan because Stan just was holding him accountable and also giving him responsibility. Bro, Zion, if you go back and watch the offense when Zion was with Stan, bro, he was a much more effective screener. They used him in the screen and roll game a lot. He got so many easy just rolls to the goal. And then they will rescreen and roll, which is I'm super excited to see them do that. Because I guarantee you one of the staples they're gonna run like corners. Imagine. So let's say your lineup is something like DeJounte, Zion, Trey, Herb, Eves, right? Eves in the dunker spot, Trey Herb in the corner, Zion, DeJounte pick and roll. And then like you could use Zion, set the screen, little quick flip, rescreen, and you got the pick and roll that way. You could run the pick and roll with Eves at times. Dog, it's gonna be easy to I think it's gonna be so much easier for them to do that because of the spacing that I think they're gonna want to try and play with. And then I think you'll be able to go to run like off the wing. For example, you'll get secondary offense. So let's say when Zion on the wing, right? You'll see dribble handoffs with Zion and Trey on the wing, screens and rescreens, being able to play with them, use those two to play and pick and roll on the wings. It's going to be easy primary and secondary offense. And I think once they make it simple, we'll see a lot more easy buckets. And to your point about Trey, I believe he's the second best player there. Spurs are looking better than Zion, but not more often than not. I agree. The issue is, good turnaround, boy. That's all right. He's shooting the most 2 for 8. His shot, like he's shooting a lot, but he's shooting really good shots, though. I'm not mad about the shots that D is shooting and he's missing. They good looks. Understand Zion got so many easy, and I think we're gonna see the return of just easy bucket. Oh, good play. Good play. Good read. See what happened when they go just running like a normal offense, bro? You get easy plays. It's when they get into the ISO shit that they start struggling in the summer. But the defense, you got to fight through that. That's because you ain't keep going. No, that was a good screen. You got to keep fighting through the screen. That's another thing I noticed too. We fighting through all screens. Pick up your man. We going over the top of screens. And we contesting everything. Set it back up. Come set the screen. Set the actual screen. Oh, that's another thing I hate that people do too. Like Noel called for DIa to set the screen, and he ran like he just ran, and they like initially switched. Set the screen, bro. Like actually set the screen. Like set like a real screen. Don't just walk over there to like force the switch, but just come on. Every time DIa shoots, I'm okay with it. It's not his first option. You can see him survey the floor and over take the shot off as if it's a last resort. Yeah, he doing better this game, in my opinion. And I expect him to shoot because he's mainly the offense with this roster and this kind of lineup. Oh, good job. Get over there. You almost got him. You almost got him. He turned his back. Once he turned his, that's what they teach. If he turns his back to you, go get it. Go steal the ball. I ain't mad at that. So they playing solid though. They playing solid. What was we talking about? Oh, my point with Trey. So I don't think Trey is a better player than Z, but I just want whenever we get ready to do if Trey is not traded, right? Let's just assume Trey is gonna be here. Because if he's here, I'm assuming that he's here for now, and he'll probably be here when the season starts, in my opinion. But with that being the case, I kind of want people to start. Oh, that's a tough shot there. Shot clock running down. I would like people to start showing, coast to coast. We got to stop the ball. We got to stop the ball. I would like people to start showing Trey a little more respect, in my opinion. And that's top down. You can say however you feel about Trey, but Trey is your second best player. And until proven otherwise, good cut. Finish. Good job, man. 1. Good job. I think you're gonna get moved if the price is met or if it's for a player that Mosley really wants. See, this the thing. If I don't know if it's gonna necessarily be for a player that Mosley wants, but the issue is Mosley has, in most of Mosley's career as a coach, right? Aside from his last year with Bane, he did most of his coaching with no offensive player with the ability to shoot like Trey. It's not many people in the league really with the ability to shoot and also score like Trey. So if I'm Mosley, right, I took this job under the assumption that a couple players, even if you move them or whatever, like I didn't take the job under the assumption that we not gonna have no offense, right? Like I just did 5 years of minimal offense, trying to create offense, trying to find a shooter at the level of Trey, and I wasn't able to get one. Maybe if I had a Trey Murphy level shooter, you know, my offense wouldn't have been as bad as it's been all these years. So if I'm Mosley, I just can't imagine one of the things that he hoping for is like Trey get moved. At least I wouldn't think so. So again, man, if you talking about getting a better player or something, I get it. But at the same time, it's kind of like, dog, Trey, yeah. But exactly, and if there's someone he wants to, like, yeah, like I'm kicking all of, like, what about Herb first? What about Poole first? What about DeJounte first? Some of the other picks, Murray, yeah, like go that route. Because if I got Fears, Z Trey, right, as my core to a degree, I think, and again, you might end up moving Z or whatever, but you could figure out everything else kind of around that. You got a point guard, you got a shooter, and you got a dude that can score the ball. Like just around that. That's just me. So I'm hoping that like when they considering like the Trey moves and stuff, that Mosley is considerate of the fact that it's like, bro, you played 5 years without a shooter that shoots the ball as well this consistently, right? It would be nice to have somebody that you could account for that's going to be a shooter. It might completely change what kind of offense you draw up. Not to mention if you, boy, I'm about, man, this man threw a shoemate to the moon. Knock that down. That's a good draw. That's a good play. That's a good play to draw up. Then they double him. He's still shooting it. Dog, listen, that man is a shooter. He gonna shoot them holes. And I know you're talking about DIa. So it's again, contest, rebound. Dog, this gang rebounding, bro. The gang rebounding. I think you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. That's a good read, Noel. The return will not be as good as a player in trade scoring 50, 40, 90 on clock. Dog, not only that, but again, people want Trey so much because the contract is amazing. Dog, Trey make less than 30 million. Trey make less than 30 million for the next like 3 seasons, bro. And that's not to mention that like you still got his rights and you can always extend them. I know I think he'll be extension eligible next season. I think I'd offer him the extension, though. I ain't gonna lie. Because I imagine, I ain't gonna lie, Trey averaged 21 last season. I wouldn't be surprised if Trey averaged another bucket or 2, right? So if Trey averaged 23, 24 this year, which is, I think is doable. You got better offense out there consistently throughout the season. You should be in a better, stop over dribbling. That's why you losing a rock. Contest. No, we contesting everything at the rim. I do love that. Stop over dribbling and just play your game. Slow down a little bit. Screen. No, I want that. Set the screen. That's a tough shot. Oh, man, we got to start finishing those. Ain't no sense in you being that athletic and you missing it. Go by, kick out. Let's go, Solomon. Give me one. Ooh, that bill was ugly. Don't worry about it. Make it up. Go yeah, fight through that screen. Oh yeah, good contest. Good job, Solomon. Playing defense and getting back. Dog, these motherfuckers missing all the lives, bro. Make it. Jesus. Give me that shit, boy. Good block, Noel. Dog, it's getting out of hand. They throwing all these easy ass lives, not converting nothing. Get Noel with a block. Get out there. Hands up. Fight through the screen. Oh, give me that too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them dudes playing hard. Defensively, they playing hard. He is $32 million on the last year right now, but he making low 20s and being 2 points shy, being a 24-point scorer as elite. You need to do what you can to keep him around, unless it's for sure a lost cause. You can't tell me it's a lost cause, to be honest. I got too much time. You got too many years left, bro. I don't believe in GMing like that. I ain't gonna cap. I don't believe in GMing like that. Like, you can't, I ain't gonna lie, you can't force your way out of my organization. I see you next season. Or you gonna have to go shut that bitch down. Or something like that. Because this is the thing, if you mess up the value, right? Like if you mess up his value and the trade value not as high, all right, and I'm not gonna move him. I'm not gonna just give you away to give you away. If somebody blow me away with an offer, that's cool. But like, if he makes my team better, and Trey don't seem like the type of guy to just not go and play hard, or not give his best effort, or not try to be successful. That don't mean shit to me. That's just me personally. Yeah, that don't mean shit to me. Welcome back. Yes, good. I'm glad you got your jersey. Still 25, right? Absolutely. And then maybe we get to the last year you deal, we'll figure it out. Boy, I'm not like, boy, just because you ask out, you ain't got no leg to stand on to be demanding no trade. You crazy? Nah. That's like if a rookie say, I don't want to get drafted to New Orleans. Boy, you'll sit your stupid ass down. Like, imagine having a number one pick, hypothetically, in like the let's say you got the number one pick in the draft in like the Victor Wembanyama draft. But Vic come out and say, man, I don't want to go to New Orleans. That's the last place I want to be. Well, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Your ass gonna be a Pelican. You're gonna be a Pelican. That's just the way, for me, that's the way it goes. So learn to love it. Here you go. Ace tried to pull that shit. Look at Happy in Utah. Now you might be upset about some stuff, but I personally think if Trey upset, I think it's because they not treating Trey with the value that I think Trey should be treated with. And I understand it, bro. You had to deal with Willie Green, and it's been like clearly documented the issues between Trey and Willie Green in the beginning part of your his career. So that part I understand. But man, fuck that. Yep, absolutely. Whoa, what's good, DJ? You can sit right on your couch. Yeah, we drafted him. Vic not coming into. Listen, man, I'm sorry, y'all. The first 5 years of Victor Wembanyama, he gonna be in France, because if I got the first round pick, I took him. He say he ain't reporting. That's cool. He'll catch y'all in 5 years. Nah, fucking boy, you got me fucked up. They've passed on people like that before, though, and I think that ain't smart. Man, you in the business of accumulating talent and trying to win. And people can say where they don't want to be until you get them in your building. If you're doing what you're supposed to and you're a good organization, right, then you could turn those things around. Is that Ron Artest up there? Man, Meta, man, look at Meta. Boy, y'all gonna stop disrespecting that boy and calling him Meta. Just to call that man by his name. I understand mama named him Cassius, but that's all right. That's why people got the right to change their name. Trey didn't ask out yet, but he was open to being moved, but he didn't technically say it yet. Well, so, but that's kind of like anybody. They say the same thing with Herb. Like, again, if you've been losing, right? If you're in a team that's losing and then you don't really feel like you've done much to try and change things, then, and if let's say Boston is calling for you, Golden State, who won championships, calling for you, teams that like have won recently, or at least have, again, California, maybe a better opportunity, then yeah, you might welcome a trade. At the same time, though, shit ain't always green on the other side. It is not always green on the other side. You can find yourself in a situation where, you know, you ain't getting opportunities. You like people love you when you're not in their building. Right? Everybody wants you and it's all good. Till you get there and that shit. Man, if I'm not mistaken, that bitch still said, I know on the thing just not said Meta World Peace, huh? Yeah, man, that boy, that's Meta. Which is crazy, though. Which is crazy. But shout out to Meta. Dog, people be sleeping, dog. Ryan, like, he wasn't Meta when he was doing this, but Ryan was a fucking savage, dog. Ryan used to be so cold. You imagine like having a draft pick and Ryan on a test saying, I don't want to play for the Pelicans. It's like, how you gonna have anybody? Like, I don't think anybody just in the draft, unless you're from here, gonna just be like, oh yeah, I want to go to New Orleans. No. You got to create that culture. Yeah, Ryan was a fucking menace. Dog, and Ryan was a bucket. He was a menace and a bucket. They done found some rhythm. Look, you got Sham guys standing up now. Standing up. Let's see what they do. See if they can get something going. See, this is I was talking about this earlier when they had those moments of struggling to score, how are they going to be able to create a bucket? And that's what they're struggling with right now. Can Malik DIa be the guy to be able to go get you a bucket, settle you down, get you to the line, maybe get a free throw? You don't expect much from the group they got out here. They've been playing good defense, but again, those stretches when you get away from the offense and you get away from what's working, all them fucking lives that y'all was missing, that's when it come back on you right now. But so again, how do you respond? Can you get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Can you get out in transition? So it's cool. It's cool. But those are the things that I'm interested in see. Like, what sets are they run? Screen, rescreen. You got to come off, swing it. That's a wide open three. Just missed it. Good look. Good look. Austin, whoa, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, dog, for tapping in. How is DeJounte viewed in New Orleans? Expectations in the new season? I think a lot of people like DeJounte. In my opinion, I think they were moving, but like a lot of people look at DeJounte as one of the core pieces of the team. I think we'll move him. I think there'll be no hesitation to move him for the right opportunity. But I think when he's here, I think people like him. I think they like the energy. It's gonna be interesting as far as expectations. Yes, sir. What's up? Focus. Can you what?
Can I have the chicken nuggets in my lunchbox, please?
Yeah. As far as expectations, like his personal expectations or his expectations for the team. I mean, I expect him to start. I think I hope at least if he's healthy, he can consistently play a little bit more like normal DeJounte. But it's been tough the first year. You know, he broke his hand, he was dealing with everything with his mom. And I don't like to make nobody no excuses because when he came back and was trying to get some rhythm, it didn't really go well. The coaching staff been bad, but I think he can do well enough for himself this year to create an opportunity for him to get a deal somewhere else. I don't think we'll extend him or sign him, but I think he got an opportunity. I wish we would have got Trey from y'all. But I think he's gonna be all right. I think he'll be okay. I think he listen, man. The one thing we know about DeJounte, and if you follow DeJounte on any social media, that dude always in the gym. He constantly playing. So we'll see if him being active longer makes a difference. Down 10. Good job. Good stop. Rotate out. Good spin move. Good help. But that shit. Good finish. Good finish. So here's my question too. If Fears takes the leap that we think Fears can take, and DeJounte's playing well, I think Mosley's gonna be more willing. Like that's what I'm very interested in seeing. If like Fears takes a leap, but DeJounte is also playing well, do you keep it to where like Fear stays off the bench? I guess if you're not losing, then it don't make no sense to upset nothing, right? But like, how good would Fears have to play to put the pressure on DeJounte for them to either consider moving DeJounte? Because I think that would be an option. But if you playing really well, then there's no reason to a degree. That's what I'm interested in looking at during the season. Like if Fears and DeJounte playing well, do you see a situation where they play both guards, either move DeJounte to start Fears and kind of give him more leeway? I'd imagine it depends on, you got to have that one, on what the record of the team look like. So, I don't know. But DeJounte trying to get another payday. Typically when you trying to get your money, you're going to be on, I don't want to say on your best behavior, but hopefully he's not overdoing it, because I think playmaker DeJounte with like scoring, like his scoring being secondary, is a better player for the team, as opposed to the moments where he think I got to get my offense going. Small ball, they play together. I agree. I think you're going to see a bunch of combinations of like DeJounte, Fears, Poole on the court together at the same time. That's, assuming that the roster stays the same. Cleveland took control in the fourth quarter. Good job. We just missed some shots. Rebound. Missed a lot of putbacks too. Missed a lot of easy buckets. So see that little stretch they had with the missed layups. You don't have some of the offense. So in the second half, you got outscored 21-16 in the third and 13-4 right now in the fourth. But I think this might be the last summer league game for them dudes too, because I know they do like a playoff situation, but I don't know what the record got to be for you to make the playoff thing. So, I'm assuming you got to be at least 3-1 or something like that. But I kind of just want to see them finish strong. I ain't overly worried about them winning this game necessarily, but I just want to see them finish strong. But I think Summer League overall, if this is the last game, I think Summer League overall was a success. I think they found some interesting players. Malik DIa is interesting. I think Hunter actually looked better than Eves looked last year. Different types of players, obviously, but Hunter was more impactful this year than Eves was. I think Kobe Bufkin looked good. Pierre had some moments. He got better as the games went along. Peavy showed okay. He looked okay in the games that he played. Especially, I think the first game might have been his best game. The defense is there. The pacing is there. Just they more disciplined of a team. They're more disciplined of a team. I like it. Great. Appreciate that, dog. Do you see New Orleans being realigned East if Seattle. Hell no. Hell no. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to go to the East. I do not want to go to the East, bro. People be talking about the East weak. Nah. Give me, personally, I believe, like people talk about San Antonio and OKC being, you know, juggernauts and everybody's a tier below, all of that. I don't believe that, to be honest. I think once, like Vic, I think Vic great, right? I think Dylan gonna be good. I think Castle gonna be good, all of that. At the same time, like, I see a situation where if you continue to build any given year, you're going to be able to compete. And just how Vic took that big payday, next year they're going to have to decide on Castle. And then in another, 2 years, you're going to have to decide on Dylan Harper. And then you still got De'Aaron Fox over there that's about to be making $60 million. So what are they going to do? Right? And again, they got complimentary role players and stuff like that. But if you don't win the championship right away, then you start like you kind of got to tear it down, or you got to go all in to give yourself an opportunity to win while you can before the second apron gets you. Right? Because OKC moving forward, right? Chet money going to be on the books. Shea money going to be on the books. J-Dub money going to be on the book. And if any of these other rookies pop and look like a great player or a really good player, if you do not win, it's going to be tough. But Joker getting older. Steph Curry almost gone. Like, you got Ant Minnesota and you still got Luka, but Luka and I'm a Luka fan, but Luka spent a lot of time injured. I don't trust Austin Reeves as like the best player on the team. Right? Like, LaMelo played really well this year. Historically, LaMelo deals with injuries as well. Right? And then you seen what happened with Ant when they asked him. And another thing about the Timberwolves too, like what was it, 2 years ago? 3 years ago. 3 years ago, they were the 3 seed, right? Where they were battling for the 1. But since then, they've been kind of teetering to a like 6 seed, 7 seed. You know, they've been kind of bouncing around. Like Portland's still a young team. You got to see if the Josh shit work out. You don't know what's going to happen. Phoenix don't threaten you. Memphis rebuilding. Utah, you don't know. Like, it's a lot of questions in the Western Conference. The East, you got the champion with the Knicks. Boston going to be quality. Indiana should be a quality team. Philadelphia with Maxey and VJ and Jaylen Brown should be a quality team. Toronto with Kawhi should be a quality team. Detroit with Cade. Who else? Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Like, I like Jalen Johnson. I like to see what y'all doing with that. I don't know what's going on with Zach. Same thing to y'all, bro. This was a great point when we was talking about like just taking a player. Personally, if I was Atlanta, I would have drafted Saw. I don't know if they didn't draft Saw because it had came out that he said he didn't want to go there. But if that was the case, fuck that, bro. You the best player on the board. I'm sorry. You're going to be a Hawk. You're going to be a Hawk. Saw would be a Hawk today if it was me. So I think Atlanta going to be competitive. You know, they brought CJ back. Good still, boy. We out and running. We got to hit it. Oh, that's a foul. Good job. Got to make it free throw. Come on, make your free throw. Get these 3. No, the East gonna be tough. I'm interested to see if Detroit take a step back. That's a team I'm interested to see if they take a step back. And then if you add, because again, if they add 2 expansion teams, right? They talk about Minnesota moving over there. So then you're gonna add Minnesota on top of that. And expansion teams are typically not great in the first couple years. Ja made that free throw. So give me the expansion teams that's going to be in the West. 2 West teams going east. They talk about Memphis and Minnesota to balance out. So again, another foul. If Memphis and Minnesota go to the East, right? Think about this. If those two teams go to the East, that's Minnesota, who you take Anthony Edwards out. Cool. That's one of the top players in the league. Memphis is a rebuilding team, but I really like Cameron Boozer, Zach Edey, and all of them. You remove that. All right, cool. So give me two expansion teams. Golden rebuild. That's good. Did I mess up the stream? Woo! Boy, my Wi-Fi glitched, boy. I almost lost it. Appreciate y'all for staying tuned, man. Appreciate y'all. Come on, man. Y'all are within 3. You within 3. Get a stop. Get a stop. But so you're gonna have the Spurs, but you just gotta continue to build your team. And then, Cleveland. I forgot Cleveland in the East. Mitch just re-signed. Miami with Giannis. You got to figure out what's happening with them. Washington with Trey and all of those. Trey and AJ and all of them. No, that's legit like 8, 9 teams in the East. Nah, I'd rather stay in the West. OKC and San Antonio gonna have to figure out their money. Denver already hurting. The Lakers don't have no more draft picks. They can't make no moves. And personally, as great as Luka is, I don't know how good Austin Reeves as your 2 is. The Clippers just moved off from Kawhi. Phoenix still don't have no point guard. Portland, we'll see. Houston, Kevin Durant about to Kevin Durant. Dallas, you got to see what happened with Cooper and Kyrie and whatnot. So we'll see how that go. Nah, man, you get an opportunity. You got an opportunity in the West. So that's why I'm at. And again, you saw what happened to OKC. J-Dub was hurt most of the season. You don't get back to the finals. Down 3. Come on, down 3. Get a stop. I had to refresh my my page. Man, appreciate everybody that tapped in. Nah, I don't know fouls. Come on, dog. Y'all gotta lock in. Man, if y'all haven't already, man, hit that like button, bro. I appreciate all y'all. Ooh, that's a big hand one. So, Nah, I'm taking my chances. I think with better coaching, and to be honest, I think the West got good coaches, but I question a lot of the coaches in the West too. I got a lot of questions about the Western Conference. That's why I was saying I think we can win 50 games. I underestimated how bad from a rotation standpoint from a coaching and rotation standpoint we were going to be. I underestimated that aspect. And like there were certain stretches where the team was so frustrated you could tell they let go of the rope, in my opinion. I also personally believe in a good dog. Listen, as much as I like Zion, right? I believe that Zion was trying to get his games played, was like happy to be healthy. And again, they brought his usage down, but at the same time, like he wasn't his normal aggressive self throughout the season. I thought he paced himself. Like once the season was pretty much out the way, like he was trying not to get hurt. I like that Zion can't show up this year. Now, granted, he got his games played, he got his money guaranteed. He's doing better getting his health together and his body together and whatnot. But now, dog, we need the aggressive Zion. You need aggressive Zion. Whoa, what's good, young? Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. We gonna wrap up soon. You heard me trying to look. I said I wanted to see how they finish this game, and they've already they've already done a good job. They had cut a 10-point lead. What was it? They was down like 12 at one point. They cut it to 5. They had it down as close as 3. Listen, you still got some time to be able to come back and steal this one. So is this gonna be down 6? Down 6, 2 minutes left. Plenty of time, especially when you ain't got to shoot multiple free throws. Well, it's getting ready to get to the point where like now it's going to the regular free throw rule. Set the screen. Look at Solomon. Swing that. Swing that. Good shot, boy. Down 3. Now I'm interested to see why Malik DIa ain't in this game right now. I'm guessing it's because you need stops. Ooh, don't go for that steal. Get back into play. Stay solid. Stay solid. You had your hand around the waist. You had your hand around the waist. 3-point game. See, these be the questions I'm asking. Like, Malik struggling today too, so I get it. And he's more of an offensive player than a defensive player, so I understand the sub, right? Because you still trying to win. You still trying to win, and at that point, he's not having a good day, and defensively, he don't really do much for you right now. But I still would like to see him in this game to see if he could make a difference on, make a play or make a shot. Can you play through it? But realistically, that ain't going to be his role even on the next level. Not right now. So shout out to these dudes for fighting in this game. Come on, man. 5-point game. 5-point game. They fought and climbed back into this game. They was down like 10-12 with 5 minutes left. Run your offense. Good job. Screen. Oh! He said that shit. Gotta shoot. Stay on your feet. Oh, that's like the 4th lob that we couldn't convert. It's like the 4th lob that we couldn't convert. I'm clapping it up for Summer League. They playing hard to the end. Come on. Get a turn, create a turnover. Create a turnover, get a stop. Got to rebound. Don't foul. You got to be able to play defense without fouling. Get through that. I don't like that. I don't like that switch. I don't like that's too easy. Oh, rebound. Good job. He just missed that one, smoked it. Screen. Put back. Oh, they gave him the foul. They gave him the foul. Good job. Got to stop. Get a stop, get a bucket. Off the screen. Bump. Come on, Noel. Make your free throws. Good shot. Make your free throws. That's another thing that's good, too. I think we need to be better at shooting free throws. Hopefully, Herb shoot free throws well. Trey's a good free throw shooter. Poole a good free throw shooter. Man, I hope Zeke can shoot around 75 this year. Don't foul. Defense without fouling. Defense without fouling. Come on, let's go. Get a stop. Fight through. Fight through. Step up. Oh, yeah. Get that. Let's go. Smart play. Smart play. You got time. Shooting that. Ooh. He was feeling good. He was feeling good. Oh. Man. We could have got a better shot, but I get it. You could have got a better shot, but I get it. Oh, Rank, save. I know you was feeling good. Probably, man, I stole that. I'm about to hit the 3 to tie this bitch up. Good hustle, though. Good hustle. You probably could have got a better shot than that one. Good free throw by them. That's a good tough summer league game. Cleveland showed a little bit too from their team. Fought back, took the lead, was able to sustain. Ooh. $14 seconds left. Come on, make it interesting. Make it interesting. Good layup. Good layup. You call the timeout? 7 seconds left. Come on, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. They fought back, got in this game. Cut it to single digits. You had a chance to tie. I mean, it's still technically not over. Anything can happen. They played hard through the whistle. They had they didn't play most of the people that's been playing in the summer. They made some really good defensive plays to get back into this game. He made some big free throws when he needed. If you remember in game 1, right when the game was going back and forth between us and Minnesota, Hunter missed a big free throw. Kobe Bufkin missed 5 points worth of free throws. And I say 5 points worth because you're not shooting all of them. You know, you got to make the one to get all points. And that, was one of the reasons that we couldn't cut back into that game. So shout out to him, man, making his free throws, especially the ones that they needed. He played solid today. We just had a couple, it's to be expected to a degree at this level of competition a little bit, but we just had some easy plays that they missed out on, some opportunities, but overall they played okay. Overall, I think they played okay. They only had 10 turnovers. They caused 15 turnovers. That's good. What was the rebounds? You rebounded 30. The rebounds were pretty even. What were the assists? Assists, you had 16 assists. They had 15. It's an even game. You didn't shoot the 3. You shot 6 for 30 from 3. They shot 8 for 33. About even. About even. The defense was cool. I like the effort. Get a turnover, man. Make something happen. Let me ask y'all this. Do Malik DIa not having a good game this last game, do that change anything for y'all that wanted to give him the 2-way? Did you need him to play well? Or you saw enough? And like you see the tools, so you good with the tools. Facts. Good hard-fought game. No fucking blowout. No quit. Make it interesting. Fight to the end. Making good plays. You can live with these types of games, especially in the summer league. Now, you in the regular season, you ain't gonna win them all, obviously. But like, you trying to win. But now we see what happens with Buffer and Mr. Dribble into attempts. Dog, when he did that shit, boy, listen, he gonna get him up. He gonna get him up. Foul. Good job. Foul. Good game. I'm not mad at this effort. I think Noel, a G League player, he's just too small. Yeah, he gonna be like he could play in the G League. He would have to be so much better offensively to account for like the size, because you saw it in the first game defensively down the stretch. Like even when he was fighting, like in this game, he caused some turnovers and made some plays, but like the guards would just be too big. Like they'll just take advantage of the size matchup too much. And that's why you started seeing in the other couple games, Melvin Council down the stretch do a really good job, come in defending better size. Good shot. That's all right. Good job. Good game. Good game. 2-2. Finish off the summer. I think they played well. I ain't gonna lie. I'm very impressed with Sham God's summer league tenure. All I needed was that. I still think the dribbling attempt should get a two-way. He can get buckets, but he got to learn to pass when double refused. Yeah, he still got some learning to do. He's a younger player. He got some learning to do for sure. All he needed was effort for DIa to be in Kenner. I ain't mad at that. So who y'all two ways? Who y'all two ways? Because right now you got Hunter on one. I'm pretty sure you could bank Pierre for one. So you probably got one spot, and it's probably going to go to Bufkin or Malik DIa. I personally would go Bufkin. And maybe there's another way that you could keep Malik DIa. You know, they got the Exhibit 10 deals, or they got like camp deals. You could sign them to. I don't think they're gonna cut Hunter at all, but it would be interesting to see if they like went a completely different route. Yeah, I think I'm going Bufkin. Yeah, you will put Bufkin on a real. Nah, that's another thing. You got a roster spot. You could sign Bufkin to a true contract, and then you could two-way DIa. That would be your roster for the season. I mean, you still can make moves. You know, you still got trades that you can make, but that would eliminate you signing a free agent. You would be looking at considering Kobe Bufkin your free agent signing if you did that. So I definitely don't think they go that route. I can see something like that. Conceal Jr. on Exhibit 10. Yeah, I got Bufkin getting the two-way, dog. I think Bufkin played really, really well. In the first game when he was like, let me show y'all I can still score, he was scoring like he could score the ball. He was a lottery pick for a reason. So we know that part of it as well. Again, Hunter, I think Hunter played relative. He showed some weaknesses, but he played well overall. I can't be mad. That's the thing too. Hunter never had a foot speed, and that's the thing too. I don't think Hunter will ever be able to play consistently, and like his offense would have to get so much better. But like I just don't see that. I don't see that trajectory for him. I don't see his game being able to do that. So I think that I would probably prefer. I probably would prefer. Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I'd probably be willing to just kind of let Hunter keep it pushing, to be honest. I think I'd be willing to let Hunter keep it pushing. And take another chance on like some of the other team, some of the other potential talent. DIa's got potential NBA talent. Bufkin clearly got NBA talent. Pierre got NBA talent. Your G League program is supposed to be like a way to potentially mold or build for players in the future. Again, Jose was a two-way. Yeah, I think I'd have to take the chance on it and see. And if it didn't work out, you wouldn't be losing nothing at the end of the day also. Man, give me Brook Lopez. Oh, and Boban probably giving out that smoke, but it's probably Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez was, a form, like people forget Brook Lopez used to be cold. I think he's probably the best athlete out of those three. Bufkin, Pierre, DIa is a good summertime. Yeah, I think if you finish your summer and you come out of the summer and you say, okay, I have two ways, Bufkin, Pierre, and DIa, I think you could see Bufkin potentially playing in like real regular season games and helping you out. Pierre, you know Pierre gonna have an opportunity as well. But I love to see all of those dudes in the G. I hope he get a opportunity to play on the G League team. But if your G League roster is, Kobe Bufkin might have to go to the G League for a little bit too. But I think having Kobe Bufkin in the G League would help. Not Kobe too good for the G League. Kobe was in the G League killing motherfuckers, averaging like 30 and whatnot. So like he's clearly too good for this level of play, but he might have to go do that for a little bit anyway. But if that's the case, if your G League team is Kobe Bufkin, DIa, Pierre, Washington Council, like similar to what you saw, I think you'll have a decent enough summer league team to where those dudes can also develop. I think they'll also be able to develop, which is good. So I wouldn't be mad if they do that. So we'll see how. I hope it don't take long for them to decide the two-way. I really do think Bufkin could be the Seth Curry 2026. I agree. But if we don't sign him, he goes elsewhere. Now, this is the thing. If you offer somebody a two-way and then somebody offered them a real contract, they can, you know what I mean? They can take said player. So if you do offer Kobe Bufkin a two-way, but he played well enough, or somebody was like, I got a minimum for you, or, you lose said player. But are you willing to give up the roster spot for Kobe Bufkin? Do you think he played well enough to do that? Because if you do, now you like, okay, I think it's too many free agents left to do that. I don't think you can give up the roster spot for Kobe Bufkin. I think you gotta offer him a two-way, because it's too many possible free agents left. You still got Peyton Watson out there, Nick Richards out there, fucking Ben Mathurin out there. Is Jalen Duren technically still out there? Not saying that you got a chance at these guys, but you just never know. Kuminga's still available. It's too many players still available for you to give a real roster spot to Kobe Bufkin. Do a two-way, give him the two-way, secure it. If somebody won't use one of their roster spots, then good for him. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. But I don't think right now you look at Kobe Bufkin as a player that like you would be willing to give up the roster spot for. He probably better than Hawkins today. But if you're not gonna cut him, then like, it is what it is. I two-way him and let him ride off to another team. They're gonna give him a roster spot. Yeah, big facts. That's just kind of how it go. But shout out to them, man. Them dudes did well for the summer. And if that's the end of the summer, I appreciate y'all, man. This is my first chance doing like the full live stream for the games and whatnot. So I appreciate everybody that tapped in throughout, because I did all 4 games. So man, I appreciate y'all. I think Summer League was a success. It would have been nice to see Fears play. I think they signed Juju. I think they signed him last year, similar to how we signed Bryce. I think they signed him towards the end of last season. Because, see, and that's what the part about Spot Track. Spot Track don't always update either, because it's not showing him or Bryce as like a deal. Because if Juju was on the two-way, I'm definitely trying to, well, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, Kurt. You already know. If Juju would be I'd put Juju on the active roster right now and be happy to go into the season with him as like my 4th big or whatever it would be. So we'll see whatever they do. So Summer League about to get ready to wrap up. When is the last couple games? They got like their playoffs and stuff. It go into the weekend. Yeah, so this weekend will be like the last of Summer League. Pels pretty much finished up. I think it was good. Shout out to Guy Sham God. I think he did a really good I think he did a really good job, man. I think he was consistent. I think we saw him make minor adjustments. I think we saw him what's the word? Like encourage his players to play their games. He gave them some freedom as well. I like what I saw from he on the two-way. I signed Juju today. No thought in my mind. So again, maybe they got a couple deals in mind and you just waiting on certain things to kind of clear up. And then they clear up and then they made like maybe the LeBron move need to be made, and then we'll see. My interest now shifts towards finishing up free agency. I wonder if they have any like because of the Zaire Williams situation, I wonder if the target is the wing and how we go about doing that. Again, could you create an opportunity where maybe you bring in a Kuminga, Ben Mathurin, Peyton Watson? Some of those situations are tougher than others, but maybe Amir Coffey still available. Some of those players, Nick Richards, I think is probably one of the best bigs. Or do you try and do like a steal? Like if y'all play Madden, dog, like signing Juju would be like practice squad stealing. I love practice squad stealing, bro. If I'm in a franchise, that's how I build a lot of my rosters. I'm absolutely going through the practice squad and I'm stealing your 99s. That boy got 99 speed, bro. He getting a contract from me. But Summer League was good. Finished 500, went on a 2-game winning streak, looked well, finished well. I'm good with where they was at. I like that Mosley was engaged. I like that the players was here. It don't mean shit to me that trade wasn't there. A lot of players don't go to Summer League. Don't mean nothing, in my opinion. So I mean, I think we on to now we get ready for training camp. And we finish our free agency. The month halfway through July. Season start in October, so we got August. If you remember, like as far as like some of the deals they get made, some deals and trades don't go down till like late in the offseason. If you remember, I think Donovan Mitchell got traded in like September, something like that. So we could be in position for like a true stall, and if so, that's still cool. I'm gonna still be giving y'all content for sure as we try to get creative about what we think about this season. You'll start getting stuff, at some point the schedule's gonna release. I think I might do like an overall view of like what I thought of the Summer League in general. This rookie class, it does look good. I ain't gonna lie. Based off the summer and how these dudes look, this rookie class do look good. October 29th should be the start of camp. Okay. Do y'all go to the when they do like the open training camp thing? Do y'all go to that typically? I typically go to those two. I take my kids when they go to that. So I think that might be one of the first announcements when they do like the little fake practice. Typically you see the rookies, which at this point it'll be Pierre Sing or whatever they have him do. They do that for the fans, whatever. Dog, I do that deal today. And I like Herb. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't like Herb. I like Cam Carr. I'm not a Herb. let me correct that because I be talking mad shit about Herb. I like Herb to the point where I just wouldn't naturally trade. I wouldn't naturally trade what I think Herb should do. Because again, Herb, dog, I was just watching the game the other day and Herb been a fucking disappointment. But would I trade Herb for Cam Carr? Absolutely. That's because of what I think of Cam Carr, though. What I think of Cam Carr. And most rookies don't play right away. I think Cam gonna play right away. I definitely misspoke when I say I like Herb. I don't dislike Herb. That's how I meant to say it. That's what I meant. I don't dislike Herb. People take when I talk about Herb the way I do sometimes is that I dislike Herb. That's not what I mean. I just think Herb, based on the level he's been playing, you gotta come off the bench at that level. That's just or play better. One of the two. But I absolutely would take Cam Carr today. Cam Carr, what Hall should have been. I ain't mad at that either, dog. But Cam, but yeah. When you a lottery pick, bro, you gotta at least be able to knock down the open three. I think Cam gonna be good. I'm very happy with what I see from the Pelicans Summer League team. Yeah, Summer League was a success to me. I take the kids over practice, usually a good time. Yeah, they do a good job signing stuff. They throw t-shirts. You know, it's fun. Nothing. That'll probably be one of the first times also you get to see you know, what kind, like you're not gonna see a true practice or whatever, but what kind of shape and like what kind of physical improvements DQ might be in from now to then. Again, because if that's in October, right? This is another thing too. You got July, August, September, October. That's damn near like maybe the beginning of October, middle of October, something like that. Nah, that can't be the end of October. The season started on the 22nd. The season started on the 22nd. So it's probably got to be like September. Because they should be getting ready to go in the preseason. So maybe September 29th, something like that. Maybe once my son get a little old, he's only 17 months. My son already gets hyped many times. Dog, listen, and this is kind of what happens to me when you grow up in the area and your team, your parents are a fan of something, your kids become a fan of something. My kids Pelicans fans. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that's good or not. Missed the game. Heard Teresa was talking cash money shit about Z, like in a bad way or a good way. I don't know. In a good way? I hope you mean in a good way. I know they asked her about it and showed like the clips of them when she was coaching and whatnot. And she loved her some Zion. She was just with Zion last offseason when they was doing Zion training at UNO. When they was doing Zion training at UNO, she was down there. And he called her big sis all the time. So it'd be really weird for her to say anything negative about Z. Dog, Z on a mission. But look, being on a mission don't mean you like just being on a mission mean you still gotta produce. Every player, not every player, because all players don't work the same, right? But every team is coming into the season thinking they can win, trying to get better, trying to be better versions of themselves, trying to get contracts and all of that. So just because you want to win don't mean you will. But you still got to come out here and do what you're supposed to. And Zion's doing his part. Hopefully he can raise his game to the level where he's supposed to and consistently do that and play with that effort consistently, bro. If he could do that and be what he looks like he's supposed to be, I think we'll be all right. We'll be on the right track. So yeah, okay, I'm about to say it's got to be September because I know the season start typically around like the end of October. That last week or 2 weeks of October is when they try to like start the season. So we'll see. But man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I'm gonna get I gotta play our Jamal Mosley special, and then we're gonna get out of here, bro. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, hitting that like.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection. Let's go to work.
Let's go to work, dog. I so far, based on everything I've seen, I'm enjoying the culture shift that you see, right? The summer league looks like it's paid off, right? You see the culture shift in the summer and the play style. You see Jamal Mosley working with the guys. You see Zion more locked in than ever. Seemed like he got his team around him. Hopefully we can get Trey back on board, right? And then we look forward to the next point. Let's finish off the summer strong, and then we'll roll with that. But man, I appreciate y'all, everybody, for tapped in. Hit the like button for sure, as always. And I will probably have an episode maybe tomorrow. I gotta get with Chaz. I got a thought for an idea for an episode. First summer actually, first summer they actually put some of the film out, and you could like visually see it. Trey posted stuff. Thanks to Chris, he posts Zion a lot, right? You see DQ now, you know, through Jordan and other people. Mosley working with people. You visually see everybody. Everybody working. You don't really see her. You seen JP put a little something out, so that's good, man. That's good. Hopefully they just keep the content coming. But appreciate y'all, man. Again, that's gonna do it for me, Pels in the Blender. Your boy A. Davis, man. I'm out. Y'all stay safe. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Peace.